Okay, so today we're going to talk about some UFC fighters that are hated by the fans, alright? I know you hate these fighters, bro. You watching this video hate them. A lot of people hate them. It's known by the whole fan base that these fighters are not liked, alright? And today we're going to decide whether it's justified or not, whether it's deserved or undeserved hate. That's the consensus of this video, alright? And I have a lot of people I want to talk about, so let's just start right away with Israel Adesanya, okay? And I know a lot of people are going to be biased, because of the most recent situation with Israel Adesanya and his downfall actually being like really bad. He's getting knocked out by a Mavov. He wasn't like before, he was getting dominated and finished by Dricus and Sean, world champions, but now he's getting finished by people who may never even hold the belt, may just be a forgotten contender that no one really remembers, but people will remember that he KO'd Israel Adesanya, that's for sure, okay? Israel is a great fighter, good champion, active champion, KO'd a few people impressively, but it's justified hate, man. It is justified hate, and that's just the truth of it, all right? I don't want to hear it. I get it. We all feel bad for Izzy. Oh, it's like, he's going on his downfall. I miss the Izzy era. Dude, no you don't, okay? The Izzy era was fucking boring. I respect him as a fighter. I kind of like him as a fighter, but at the same time, I don't. Okay, most of its fights are boring, all right? And there's only two things you care about a fighter, all right? You only care about two things, their personality and how they fight. And I hate both of them about Israel Adesanya. Where do I even fucking begin? He faked cancer. He started fake beef with Cannonier. He painted Dricus du Plessis to be a racist. There's videos of him touching his dog. What else do I have to say for you to hate him? There's so much, okay? He's cringe. Like, that's enough. He's just cringe, okay? And I do get why some people are very diehard Izzy fans, like Kenny Okoye. Like, I get... Okay, no, that's different. He's just a dick rider. But I get why people are diehard fans of this guy. He got a lot of people into the sport, a lot of anime heads, people who like anime. I like anime, but you don't have to be cringe, all right? Just chill out, okay? But Izzy is cool. He does his celebrations. He has his somewhat cool lines every once a year. He'll say something cool that sticks with me, but it's been a while. He's kind of just been on the losing side of fights, not really backing up what he's been saying. Like, ever since that Pereira finish, man, it's just been downhill with his words, with his actions, with his fights, with his, like, bro, you lost a beef with Dricus and then afterwards just acted like it didn't matter. If he had beat Dricus, it would have been fucking, I'm the real African. You get out of Africa. You're never welcome back. Like, it would have been that type of shit. You know it. So I do not feel bad about hating Izzy. As someone who thinks this is justified hate and kind of hates him along with the fans, I'm kind of happy to see his downfall. He kind of deserves it. But great champion, very active. He defended a lot. So he's obviously a great middleweight champion. The second best middleweight of all time. Maybe even the best. Anderson Silva kind of just fought cans. But so did Izzy. Marvin Vettori twice. Paulo Costa. Middleweight kind of sucked in his era. So not trying to discredit him or anything. But, Dricus is going to surpass him soon. I'm just going to say that. Okay, moving on. Now we'll talk about someone who gets undeserved hate. And let's just do Dricus du Plessis, because he kind of relates to Israel Adesanya. I was talking about him a bit. Yeah, Dricus du Plessis does not deserve the hate he gets. I don't understand. Is it because, like, he just looks bad? He doesn't look pretty like Adesanya, fainting and kicking at range and looking pretty with his anime dances? Like, I don't understand. Why does Dricus get so much hate? I'll see comments like, oh, for some reason, I just can't stand this dude. I don't know why. Like, because you're weird and gay, probably. Like, dude, Dricus is a fucking Chad. Like, Dricus is that guy, okay? He makes press conferences fun again, because they've kind of been dry for years. Ever since Conor retired, basically, because he's never fighting again. Press conferences have never really peaked since Conor. And Dricus du Plessis, man, he can talk some shit, all right? And he's humble as well. If you don't start shit with him, he will be nice and humble and cordial with you. But if you talk shit and you start something, he will come for your mental well-being, okay? He will have you up at night thinking about what he said to you at the press conference. I just can't wait for him to clown on Hamzat. Like, I just don't understand. How can you hate Dricus? He's finishing Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya. Say what you want about the Sean Strickland fights. That's Strickland's fault. He's a boring fighter, okay? Not as boring as people make it out to be, but his style creates for boring fights because he values defense over offense. That's just the truth. That's not DDP's fault. Like, do you want him to just rush forward and just put his chin on a silver platter for him? Is that what you want? Like, fuck that, okay? He's keeping his belt. He's going to become the middleweight GOAT. Undeserved hate, all right? You know, maybe it's because he kisses his coach. I guess that's why he gets the hate. I don't know, man. But I love Dricus. Probably my favorite middleweight fighter of all time, just because it's so funny to see him fight, man. It's just like, I get it. You want to see Peter Yan trips and creative takedowns and crazy technique and skill. But we can watch those fighters for that type of stuff. It's also fun to have the other side of the fucking coin and have Dricus mumbling and bumbling around, throwing double hammer fists and winning. It's funny. It's fun. It's exciting. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. I love him, and you should too. Okay, moving on to someone who gets deserved hate, in my opinion. Garry. All right, and this one's personal. All right, it's not, but it pisses me off personally because ever since this dude fucking lost to Shavkat, apparently we gotta respect him now and like him for whatever reason. Okay, fuck that. All right, I hate this dude. I hate this cuck. Okay, I hate this fucking cuck vegan little bitch of a ting. Yeah, he beat my ass. He would. But guess what? I'm in the safety of the internet, all right? I can say whatever the fuck I want. I don't care, okay? This dude is a terrible example for the generation of aspiring athletes, MMA fighter or not. Veganism is a terrible thing, okay? It's evil. All the vegan foods kill animals in the like making of them, okay? It's terrible. It's hypocritical. Animals die for your vegan products to get made, okay? And putting young men on vegan diets is what's wrong with this fucking world. And it's why all the test levels are crashing, okay? It's everything wrong with this world, all right? Eat steak, eat chicken, eat pork, and maybe not pork. Pork is kind of nasty, but eat your protein, bro. Don't eat your pea protein, all right? Get a whey protein isolate if you want to have some powder, okay? Fuck the plant protein. Fuck the vegan quesadillas this dude be having. He's like, oh, I'm getting my cheat meal. I'm going to get me a nice quesadilla with some chickpeas in it. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Fuck that, okay? Go get in the corner now. I hate this dude. I always will. He's impossible to listen to. He's like... Dude, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get pissed off. He thinks he's witty like Connor, but in reality, he's cringe and annoying. Okay, I can't listen to this guy's interviews. He's just talking like he's in a movie, except in reality, he's on a TV show on a channel you've never heard of and no one's fucking watching, okay? It's cringe. And his fights suck. His fights are boring. Let me get to that too. His fights are boring. If you look back at his fights, all right, my fucking cat's purring. I hope y'all don't hear that, but he's chill. Okay, but bro, if you look back at his fights, Jeff Neal fight, boring because of him. The what's his name? MVP fight, boring because of both of them. I'll give that to him. MVP fights are pretty low output and kind of boring sometimes if the other guy doesn't just run forward and mumble and bumble around, try to hit him. Okay, but Garry's fights suck. The Shavkat fight was a disappointment. Whose fault was that? I don't know. I don't care. All I know is all of his fucking fights suck. Garry is not fun to watch. He's hateable. Is he a good villain? And I could, appreciate that? Yes. Okay, yes. But the bottom line is his hate is justified, and he deserves to be hated. I don't like him. I never will. Great fighter, skill-wise, he's getting through. He's skilled. He's like Izzy. He stays at distance. His kicks are nasty. He does have finish potential. He has some power, which he'd have way more if he just ate some damn protein. At least get 50 grams a day, bro. You're getting 10 with your chickpeas. Oh, it's just frustrating, man. But it's just annoying because people are acting like we have to like this guy now because he beat Shavkat, the aura merchant. Okay, I get it. I admit it. Shavkat may have been an aura merchant. All right, I'm a bit late on that, but he may have been, and yeah, it just makes that win a lot less impressive. So that loss, he fucking lost to him. He gaslit me saying he did so good after the fact that I just thought he won for a second. He fucking lost. Clearly, he's trash. I hate him, and you should too. Okay, moving on to a pretty hot take, probably. Don't get mad, bro, but Belal Muhammad's hate is unjustified. Okay, it's undeserved. All right, maybe it's justified. That's different. I guess deserved and justified they're kind of the same, but it's not deserved. Okay, maybe it's justified in some way because his fights are kind of boring, but he doesn't deserve it, man. He's taken Leon Edwards, probably a top 5 or top 6 welterweight of all time, down easily, throwing him over his shoulder, beating him up, outboxing him most of the rounds, just dominating him. And he gets no credit. He gets no credit at all. By the way, he's a decision merchant. Yeah, he has the same amount of finishes as Peter Yan in the UFC. Call Peter Yan a fucking decision merchant too then, you fucking idiot. Okay, I'm sorry. You're not an idiot, man. But, bro, it's like he's boring, but he's finishing Sean Brady. He's outboxing Burns. He's a good fighter. He can damage people. Like, so many people don't get that many finishes in the UFC, and they'll get one every 3 years. So they're not a decision merchant. But, like, I admit Belal is a decision merchant, but it's just like, bro, you gotta give him credit. All right, he may not be that exciting of a fighter, but he's dominating world champions. He would have beat Shavkat. He has a good-ass chance to beat JDM. All right, I just can't wait for all the Belal hate. People are going to be praying that JDM wins, and I hope JDM wins. I'm going to be real. I want to see JDM as champ, as long as he's active. Don't take another year and a half off, bro. But people acting like Belal cannot win that, dude, JDM is so overrated, man. He's getting out-grappled by everyone he fights, all right? Like, it's going to be a hard fight. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Belal can win that. And now let me talk about Belal's personality, okay? Because I talked about his fighting. That's kind of deserved, it's kind of boring, whatever. So is Izzy, but people fucking love him, all right? Belal, he is a good-ass dude, all right? Taking care of kids with no parents, not even he's just taking care of them. He's not adopting them. He's just taking care of them in the meantime because they have nowhere to go. He's taking care of less fortunate kids. I saw an edit, man. It made me tear up. I'm not going to lie, all right? Of him with that kid who he's riding that around with his bike and he's crying about it. Yo, it made me sad, man. It made me sad, man, all right? But he's just a good dude, man, all right? He's a good dude. His trash talk on Twitter is funny as fuck, all right? Like, no one will give him respect on Twitter because it's just like, bro, you don't damage people, bro. You don't finish anyone. Like, shut the fuck up, Leon ain't finishing nobody outside of that Usman finish either. He's a decision merchant. I know he kind of gets hate for it too, but going into that Leon fight, people just were hating on Belal so much and loving Leon so much. Like, oh, he's going to finish him. He's going to head kick that. Fuck. Like, dude. Belal hate. I'm yapping at this point. I'm just saying a lot of nothing. I'm sorry. But Belal hate is unjustified. And I will always support him. He's a good dude. Pretty funny. Has that dad humor. He may be on steroids. He may be. But, so is Usman. So is a lot of people. So, I like Belal. Hate me for it. Love me for it. Whatever. You don't have to like him. This is one where I don't blame y'all. But, in my opinion, the amount of hate he gets, probably a top 3 hated UFC fighter right now. Right next to the wife beater Jones, and I don't even know who else, but it's just ridiculous. He's a good dude. He's a clean fighter who doesn't cheat. Okay, he's winning dominantly, clearly. He's on a crazy win streak. He's champ, and it doesn't even feel like it. I'm sick of it, okay? Unjustified hate. Okay, next we'll do a deserved one. It's Jon Jones, okay? I may hate a lot on Jon Jones in this channel, and I'm not going to go too hard. Psych, fuck that. I'm going hard. Fuck Jon Jones. He's ducking Aspinall still. He's not going to fight him. I don't know. We might get the fight. Jones might be in jail taking some dick or whatever. I don't know, man. He might be in jail by the time the fight rolls around to happen, because he's posting on Instagram. I'm going to put it on the screen if I can find it. He's posting on Instagram having drunk rants like, bro, you're a millionaire. This is y'all GOAT? Making gay moans, crying on live, looking for homeless people to fuck? This is y'all GOAT? Yeah, nice GOAT, guys. Could never be me. Okay? Dude, like, fuck this dude, okay? He's ruined Aspinall's career. He's made it so he can't fight, because if he does fight now, it's basically giving up on the Jones fight and admitting that it's just not going to happen, He just has to hold out and be inactive, fighting once a year, basically, for the last 2 years. It's going to turn into 3, because Jones is going to push this till the end of the year, because he's going to want to fight it, what is it called? The MSG Stadium, whatever. I don't fucking know, man. I hate him. Okay, I hate this dude. Wife beater. He's gay. Like, that's not why I hate him, alright? YouTube, chill. That's not why I hate him, okay? But he deserves it. He deserves the hate, and he gets so much love. It's actually disgusting. I get it. He's a badass fighter. You can love him as a fighter, but if you just blindly love him as a fighter and push back against the hate he gets, like people calling him out for his disgusting antics and disgusting behavior, then you're a terrible person along with him, all right? I'm not trying to stand on no moral high ground here, No one, like, we're none of us are better than anyone, but we're a lot better than Jon Jones as a person, that's for sure. Okay, fuck this dude. Okay, moving on, because I'm not going to talk about it anymore, fuck that guy. But next we have someone who gets some undeserved hate, in my opinion, Ankalaev, all right, Big Ank. I'm not going to try to be the cringe guy who, I love Belal, I love Ank, I love all of them. I don't even like Ankalaev that much, I'm going to be real. Like, I like the Big Ank joke. I don't think he's that boring of a fighter, I don't. When his finishes are badass, when he smells blood, he goes for it, okay? He doesn't play it too risky. His finish potential isn't as high as it used to be, but he's fighting good people. The 205 division is still pretty good, I'd say. I'd say it's like decently underrated. People shit on Jamal Hill and Yuri's bad defense. He lost to Pereira twice, but in my opinion, the only reason Ankalaev gets all this hate is because people don't want to see Shama Boy lose. You want to see Shama Boy reign forever. I get it, but dude, Ankalaev can win this fight. Like, it's gonna be very competitive, in my opinion. I feel like people are overlooking him and they're just hating on him, saying, fuck that guy. I agree. He's terrible for the sport. I've barely heard him talk once. Pereira's way better for the sport. Him losing would be bad. But I still think it's undeserved hate, He doesn't deserve all the hate he gets. He's talking shit on Twitter, which y'all can say he's cringe for that, but he's creating beef. He's creating a storyline, I know I came at Adesanya for starting fake beef with people, but that's starting beef with wholesome people, okay? Pereira, he's wholesome, but he's someone who has talked shit and made fun of Ankalaev in the past and edged him on and made him wait for a title shot and fucked with him mentally. Can you blame Ankalaev for this? No. He's allowed to start shit with Pereira, who started it first. All right? I don't want to hear it. All right? Pereira, Ankalaev, this whole, saga. I hope Ankalaev wins. Okay. No, I don't. But I'm sick of it. All right? He doesn't deserve all the hate he gets. It's unjustified. Next, we're going to talk about Anthony Smith, Lionheart. All right? Lionheart gets deserved hate. I'm going to be real. As someone who was kind of sad when he lost to Dominic Reyes, kind of made me really sad, and I'm going to be even more sad when he gets absolutely brutalized by that Asian guy he's fighting. I don't even know his name, man. Why would he take that fight? He's going to fucking die. It's going to be just depressing. He might not even give a post-fight speech because he's going to be so fucked up, but we'll see. Yeah, this is deserved hate. He's so stupid, man. It's sad because he's actually a good fighter. He is. He may be out of his prime now, and this is what people are going to remember. He's been out of his prime for a few years now, in my opinion. Like, he's so skinny fat. He doesn't train. He says he hates training now. He's just not committed to the sport anymore. He stayed around too long. And I don't blame him. He makes pretty good money, fighting in pretty low levels of competition that he still loses to. He still ends up losing, But he's always been a guy who he doesn't go on big loss streaks. Like, he always is winning some fights, He used to be a real contender. He fought Jon Jones. He could have took the belt from him on a foul, Beat Gustafsson. That's an impressive win. Like, he's beat impressive names. He's finished a lot of people. He has good grappling. Well, he has good jiu-jitsu. His wrestling sucks. He can't get a takedown to save his life. But, yeah, it's justified. I'm still kind of a Lionheart supporter. I kind of like him still. But the Rampage shit, he needs to shut the fuck up. Like, he sounds like such an idiot. Why are you creating beef with Rampage? You don't want to do that, bro. Rampage, he gonna lose his temper when he see you. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, you might get pile drived. Alright, be careful, Lionheart, Okay, last fighter I want to talk about, it's Aljamain Sterling. Alright, and in this one's kind of weird. It's kind of like a middle ground. I think it's unjustified because he gets so much. Like, his fights are not that boring, bro. Yes, his finish potential sucks. He barely gets finishes. His grappling is not as good as people make it out to be. At least his submission threats is not as good as people make it out to be. But he's still a great champion, one of the best bantamweights of all time. Arguably could have beat Mavzar. I thought Mavzar won, but that fight was awesome. That fight was so fun. A grappler's wet dream, all right? The scrambles were beautiful. I thought his performance against Calvin Kattar was impressive. I don't think it ruined the momentum of 300. I think it was somewhat entertaining. It just didn't end in finish, so people hated on it. I get it. But he pile drived him. He was dominating him. He was punching him somewhat, I don't know where I'm going with that. But, yeah, Aljamain Sterling, kind of unjustified, It comes from all the saltiness. Like, this is what I was saying. It's kind of a middle ground one. It can go both ways because he shoots himself in the foot when he says stupid stuff like discrediting Sean O'Malley's win against him. And, hey, I'd be salty too. I'd talk about it. I'd be like, the UFC didn't give me any time off. They rushed me into a title fight. And that is all true. He's not wrong. So, at the same time, while he's salty and it sounds like he's coming straight from the Salty Splatoon talking about all that stuff and ranting about it over and over again, still to this day, I think. Maybe not as much now because the Merab beat O'Malley. He's kind of comforted by that now. But, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, he shoots himself in the foot sometimes with fans, but his fighting style is overhated. He's not that bad of a guy. He's actually a really good guy. His personality can be cool. He's good on podcasts. He's pretty funny. He's chill. He kind of started beef with Mavzar, saying he was on steroids for no reason. Like, stupid stuff like that. He shoots himself in the foot for no reason. I don't know why he does stuff like that, but I still like Aljamain. He's a good champion. He's active. He beat a lot of good people. His run was, weird as fuck, and I was discrediting it the whole run. But now they look back, not bad, not bad. All right, that's the video. This is a wild video. I kind of just ranted, and yapped a lot. I hope you all enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed recording it, all right? I'll see you on the next one.